Hey guys, this is Chrono Joe, and today we're looking at some Apex Legends. This is a game that I've been playing for a little while now. I know I haven't published any content on the channel in a very long time, but it's a game that I really enjoy, and it's a game that I want to talk about. Excuse my microphone if it's a little bit poor quality. It's definitely not the same microphone I was using before, but hopefully it's fine just for the purpose of this video, and maybe in the future I'll purchase a new one. So today, something in Apex Legends I want to talk about is positioning, and I think positioning has kind of two categories. One is the kind of micro positioning of your individual player character, and one is the higher level team positioning. So I just want to talk about those two things in this video with some examples on the screen. So in this particular instance right here, we have a team that have decided to balloon above us at the entrance to bunker, and at this point in time I made a decision for my team that we should push away, and the reason for that was, one, they'd actually scored a better position than us with a high ground angle above us, and also because the zone was coming in. I don't want to fight a team in the level 2 zone, and I'm not entirely sure why they wanted to fight us there either. In any case, my sentiment was that we as a team would be better off if we pushed away, we'd get the high ground and catch them pushing into the zone. So that's definitely something to be aware of. You don't always have to accept every fight and the conditions of that fight. A team will try and push you to make mistakes. They'll try and push you to fight at angles where you are disadvantaged, and you have the option to reject that in many instances. In this instance, we've pushed away, and then my team has spotted another team on the left hand side. Now, in this instance, we've decided not to attack those guys, and the reason for that is because I'm not convinced that they are the same team that were behind us. So that means there are two teams on this kind of hillside area, and I don't really want to fight those guys thinking another team might push behind us, especially because if we fight on this hillside, there's not really a very easy way to escape or easy way to get an inaccessible angle. But instead we see some gunfire in front of us, so we're going to push that. At the same time, at the high level, we're positioning ourselves between all of these teams so that we don't get third-partied. So my thinking here is that we don't push the right hand side, which has the kind of low ground area. We push right into wetlands and try and get a position on the buildings. One of my teammates wasn't on board with that plan, but ultimately it didn't really matter in the end anyway. But my thinking here was that by doing this we can preserve ourselves if we are third-partied. Something to bear in mind is that when a third party comes in, they're going to pick off the weaker team most commonly. They're going to pick off the team that's on the ground, the team that's most accessible to shoot at, basically. So if you've capped yourself up on the roof, a nice kill there on the lifeline, you're going to be much better off, much more likely to be hit by the team coming in. So in terms of my own kind of micro positioning here, I was moving between bits of cover there, and immediately when I got the opportunity, took a bounce pad to the rooftop. The rooftops of all of these buildings are pretty good angles because obviously it offers a clear sightline on everything around, but not only that, but it's hard to access. If you're not a Pathfinder, if you're not an Octane, then you can't get up here super quickly. And players that try and climb are very audible. You can hear a guy running around the building, you can hear a guy climbing the wall, and climbing makes you vulnerable. So if someone climbs the edge of this building, then they're going to get hit. And getting a few shots on that Wraith, I think, and then ducking into the building. At this point I miss a guy at the end of the smoke and he shoots me in the back. My teammate gets him and saves me, really, and I back off to heal. One of my teammates is down, the other one is low. We run away here. I think the mistake we made here was generally being at that kind of low ground angle. The fight was chaotic. There were at least two teams on either side, and especially for my teammates who were on the ground most of the time, they got killed quite quickly just by someone popping around the corner next to them. At that point, it's not so much to do with your own player skill. If there's four teams around you and you poorly positioned yourself, then you've killed yourself already. It doesn't matter how good your gun skill is, it's going to be very hard to fight your way out of that scenario. But here I managed to sneak off towards an angle and heal, and Hotdog also manages to drag his carcass out down here. So I can get a revive and we can get back in. He can pop a Phoenix. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of time left on the zone, so it doesn't look like we're going to revive our other teammate, but that should be fine as there are only 4 squads left and we could just mop up. So holding off slightly here just so that Hotdog can heal. But I don't want to draw any attention to myself while he isn't at full HP. He might get down, then I'm going to be in a problem. and immediately using a bounce pad back to the roof because it's a super good angle. So there's a guy over there, hit him for 89, and then peeking the left side just in case he's there. Yeah, and that's 1 kill. It looked like there were 2 guys there, but I don't think I ever see the next one, so I'm not sure what happened to them. And then again, using this rooftop as an angle. I tell Hotdog I kind of hear someone below at this point. I did feel I heard someone below, but it looks like Hotdog managed to find them anyway. And again, just being mindful on this rooftop, looking for guys. Every time I walk across this panel, I'm looking underneath as well, into the lower floor of the building. And that's actually an angle that you can kill people from. You can shoot through that roof. You can shoot through many of the rooftops like this for some cheeky kills. And again, using this positioning on the roof to shoot the team across from us. Now, it might not seem like I really have any cover here, but those railings are actually excellent because you can peek on either side and you can burst people down very, very quickly. Just checking that corner there because before I saw 2 players. So one was still unaccounted for, didn't know where they were, was checking just in case. Guy right in front. And the mistake he made there was crouching, because obviously your strafe speed is very poor if you're crouching. It also kind of hunches your character over, so it's easy to get headshots and torso shots together at the same time. It means you can really laser someone down. It's always difficult with like an R301 to kind of take an engagement without too much risk, because you move very slowly with an R301. So you have to kind of be mindful of where you're using it, and kind of you don't want to shoot someone when they're shooting you back, because if they're using a wingman or R99, then you're going to have a problem. So you want to peek different corners, use your kind of peek as advantage to get the drop on people and get damage out first, and then peek away. And now we're down to the last 2 squads. I am thoroughly missing that guy over there, and I peek away and then back in again for a bit of damage on that guy. Healing up here, and then I guess messing around by spinning, I don't know. And I can see that Hotdog is shooting guy on the first floor of my building, so I try and check that out, and then there wasn't a guy there. I didn't want to expose myself too much, so I push into the back for an easy kill. And that's where, again, the rooftops are excellent in terms of positioning, because that Wraith, while below me, just didn't have a good angle to push up on me. If she'd have climbed, I'd have heard her, and if she engaged anyone below, she's going to die. Making sure to use the hipfire on the R301 here, just because the movement speed makes me less vulnerable. And now we're down to the last guy. At this point, I'm pretty confident we're going to take the game. Hotdog's a pretty good player as well. There's 1 guy left, so I'm not too worried. And it's less down to positioning and more down to rushing this guy to take the match. And Hotdog and I have the same thinking at the same time. We're just going to run over there, use the bounce pad, and fuck this guy up. Trying to aim the wingman in the air, mixed success really, got 1 shot, but it doesn't matter, he's dead anyway. So thanks for watching guys, hopefully this gave you some tips on positioning. If you liked the video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, etc. If you don't, feel free to let me know why, and I'll hopefully catch you in the next video.
You are the Apex Champions.